What is up, everybody? It's your boy Corn. Welcome here to Half-Ass Pod. I want to say, first of all, hit that like and that subscribe because I got more videos coming. I got more movie reviews. I got more show reviews coming. I got the whole 9 yards. I also am putting up some live streams as well. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. If you want the notification stuff, y'all do that. However that works. Without further ado, I gotta talk to you guys about this documentary that I just watched. I just watched this Netflix documentary called Our Father. Now, this is a story about some dude named Dr. Klein in the 70s and 80s that was inseminating, I think is how you say it, inseminating women with his sperm. And then one day in 2017, this lady did a 23andMe and discovered that she had a handful of siblings when she did it. When she discovered that she had all these half siblings in 23andMe, she thought it was a glitch until she had more stuff revealed from her mom. And more stuff made more sense with her past and her upbringing. So then she reached out and couldn't really find a father, but had these other half siblings. And the one thing that they had in common was that they went to a sperm donor. Their parents went to a sperm donor. So what the first sibling said to the other siblings, she said she was joking around saying, like, what if the doctor was our dad? Well, turns out she was right. So they get in contact with Dr. Klein, and then he surprisingly accepts. He surprisingly does not deny anything that he did. He admits to being their dad. He admits to all the shit that he did back in the 70s and 80s and possibly the 90s. And so he meets with them and sits down with them, and the first thing he does is take out a notebook and read scripture and then starts ranking them on how successful they are in life. I mean, you talk about somebody being evil. This dude is just purely evil, no compassion, no emotion, no nothing, no love. He's just straightforward, to the point. How successful are you guys? It is nuts. It's crazy. I know. So not only is this guy a doctor, but he's an elder of his church. So, he did baptisms in his backyard, a swimming pool. And you know what the most chilling fact of this all is? That this dude has a whole fucking family of his own. He's got a wife. He's got kids. He's got grandkids of his own. So, at this point, they find out that he's got about 53 kids. And so, they ended up taking him to court because he lied about being their father. Not to them, but he lied to the Attorney General's office about being their dad. So the whole town pretty much signs a petition on his behalf to not be in prison for his actions, for lying to the Attorney General's office. That's what he was there at court for. So in the middle of this whole court thing, this whole court battle, the main daughter, Jacoba, she's on the stand, and she starts to just name off all this other stuff of, the whole, hey, you inseminated our moms and all this other stuff, and all this other stuff. This should be considered sexual harassment. And so obviously there was a whole bunch of objecting from the defense lawyer, from the defense attorney. So once that happened, they pretty much gave him a slap on the wrist. There was a petition signed from the entire not the entire town, but from most of the town, saying this is a good man. He's an elder of the church. He's an old ass man. He's not necessarily saying that he's innocent, but just saying, hey man, this dude does not deserve to be in fucking jail, as old as he is. And I guess as quote unquote nice as he is, right? So they do that. He only receives 2 record 6 felonies, I believe is what they said. I don't know what the record 6 or level 6 felonies, whatever it is, on his record, which still is a slap on the wrist. He's an old man. He's got a lot of money. Obviously, he's a doctor, so he's sitting on a lot of money, sitting in a big house, probably a mansion, whatever the fuck. But pretty much gets a slap on the wrist. And I thought that this documentary was gonna, kind of have that kind of ending of either, he died in prison or died in jail, or he's still in prison or in jail, whatever. No, dude's still alive, chilling at home. I mean, he's got 2 felonies on his record, but again, that doesn't mean anything when you're already retired, so you don't have to worry about trying to look for another job. And he was a doctor, so it's not like he's gonna have to go back into work for anything. This dude's gonna be living the rest of his days I mean, as evil as he is, as terrible of a thing he did, he's gonna be living the rest of his days just chilling at home. And I mean, look, I'm not the person to judge anybody on how they should go out, but I mean, of all the people you put in jail, I mean, this guy probably should be in jail for what he did. That's just my own opinion. But now they're still finding more kids of his. This dude now has 94 kids on record. 94. Which means he probably has well over 100 grandkids. I mean, we're not talking about a guy that adopted these people. No, we're talking about a guy that literally, this is his DNA. His DNA, like 94 kids. Half of it's crazy. It is crazy. So sitting here watching this documentary, I'm sitting here just in awe. I'm like, there's no way in hell all of this happened. Here's the even worst part of this. This dude decided to inseminate all these women over all these years and decades, and they're all in the same town. Or I shouldn't say they're all in the same town. They're all in the same area. So which means you have, I mean, there was at one point I was watching this documentary, and one lady was telling her daughter that be careful who you date and be careful who you hang around with and all this other stuff, because you could possibly be related to him. And with the man that has 94 kids from a small town in Indiana, 94 kids from insemination. Now here comes the bigger problem, which I myself am not going to be able to answer or even going to put my opinion on it. But I do want to lead this out to you guys and let me know in the comments, what you guys think or how you guys feel about this. But the reason why he got off on all of this is because, and he's not in prison, is because it's not illegal to do this. But then they found out, in terms of statistics, they did some research and found out that over 40 other doctors were doing the same thing just in America alone, have been caught doing the same thing over the past few decades. So my question to you guys is, I mean, should this be considered? Because I've been looking on Twitter. I've been watching Twitter. And what you guys been saying? Should this be considered as rape or sexual assault? One of those two serious crimes, I should say. But let me know in the comments. Again, I'm not going to get my opinion on that or anything like that. I just want to know because they did bring it up in the documentary. And they also brought it up, as you know, of course, on Twitter. So what did you guys think about this documentary? I'm not even going to... Look, I'm not a big doc guy. I'm not a big documentary guy. But when I do watch a documentary, obviously I come to YouTube to talk to you guys about it and let you guys know my opinion. This is an evil, sick dude. If you find out... I mean, if you know... At one point, they even tried to say in this documentary, by the way, that this dude was racist and a bigot. Now, that part I did not agree with at all. Because they tried to say that, he was blonde hair, blue eyes, and then you obviously, when you do something like that with over 94 women, or over 90 women, because one lady did have twins, so could have been some twins in there. But over 90 women you did this with over all these decades. Yeah, some people are probably gonna come up as, the redheaded stepchild, or I guess in this case the blonde-headed stepchild of the family, or whatever. So yeah, I get that in that sense. You kind of feel like, okay, where did I come from? I'm blonde hair, blue eyes. Everybody in my family has dark hair, green eyes. What the fuck? I understand that. But to go as far as to say, because he was blonde hair, blue eyes, and he did this, and now all his kids are or most of his kids are blonde hair, blue eyes, now he's some sort of fucking... They tried to connect him to all this other racist... It's crazy. This is a very, very crazy documentary. I would recommend watching this documentary. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys hit that like and that subscribe. It's your boy Corn. This is Half-Ass Pod.